Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel today. We're going to be using lots of things to clean up that back cam cover, get it looking a lot better, shine it up, get it back on the car. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but just sit back, grab a nice drink, a cup of coffee, enjoy the show, and I'll see you now. Okay guys, well, last time we got the whole front cam cover all buttoned up, everything's all done there. The back one still needs to be put back on. So what we need to do is just sitting there right now just to keep any debris from getting down inside the engine. We're going to have to take this back off. It's just sitting there, clean it up. So we're going to try a few different methods because there's some really bad oxidation on this cam cover. So we're going to try a few different things, some degreaser, some wire wheels, maybe a little bit of metal polish to see if we can get this to look like the front one does. After we get it cleaned up, we're going to go through, reseal it, and then we're going to have to try to figure out, start looking at these hoses and figure out which sizes we're going to need, because a lot of these were the old style. They're cloth-covered hoses, and that's what they're supposed to be throughout the engine in most places. And most of our clamps were supposed to be either zinc or cadmium plated, depending on who you talk to. The documentation on the 308 isn't that great as much as it is for other Ferraris. So we're going to try to find some vintage hoses and some vintage style clamps to kind of make everything look correct. So we're going to go through and do some measurements and some investigation there after we get this all sealed up. So let's get this off and then take it over the bench and see what we can do to clean it up. So as we can see, we've got the cam cover over here to the bench. You can see there's some really bad oxidation to this. It doesn't look anything like the front one. So we've got a few different wire wheels to go onto our drill here to take a look and see if we can try to get some of this off. We also have some degreaser, Simple Green. Simple Green is fantastic. I'm not sponsored by them, but I use this on everything. It's fantastic to use. We also have brake clean. I mean, obviously cleaning any parts or anything on the engine, having brake clean around is fantastic. We've also got some metal polish we can resort to if we need to. The first thing we need, of course, safety glasses. Safety first. Never use any kind of wire wheel without proper eye protection. We don't want to lose an eye just to fix a car. So let's try seeing what we can do to clean this up, and we'll let you take a look. Well, as we can see, we got a lot of the corrosion and pitting off. We couldn't get all of it off. Some of it's just really deep, and we really don't want to go too crazy on getting into the material too bad. So I think this is going to have to be where we're going to have to leave it. We'll see how it looks once it's back on the car, but it's a whole lot nicer than it was. Let's get the engine cleaned up so that we can actually get this sealed up and put back into place. Okay, so got the old gasket cleaned off of the cylinder head. Got to wipe down the bottom edge. We got all the tops wiped down here. Blew everything out with some Crest Air. Now the next thing is we got to wipe down that bottom edge of the cylinder head again. Get our gasket in place, and then go through and seal up with the RTV the areas that we need to seal up. Well guys, I know that was a bit of a shorter video today. We didn't get as much done as we have previously, but we went through, we spent a lot of time cleaning up this cam cover. It's not perfect, but it looks a heck of a lot better than it did. We have to give it a final wipe down now that it's installed and get all the excess fingerprints and the little bit of RTV that's on there off of it. So it all looks pretty good. All bolted up. Next time we're going to have to probably go through, figure out all these hoses like I mentioned. All these need to be replaced. We need to figure out what the diameters are and which clamps we're going to be needing. Order all that stuff up. And get all these spark plug wires. You really need to get new extenders and boots that seal it to the valve covers, because there's a lot of water in there. We don't want to let that happen again. And we got to get our throttle cable back on. Plenty more work and lots more cleaning to do in the engine bay, but it's starting to look a lot better, and it's getting to be a lot better maintenance wise. So until next time, feel free to like, subscribe, share, put a comment down below, and I'll see you next time.